welcome po sa ating lahat na To begin our program, may we call on Ms. Adamar Estrada for the invocation.
Let's just bow down our head and feel the presence of the Lord. Kapila namin Diyos, ang mga makapangyarihan sa lahat. Kami po ay nagpapakulutan at malapit sa trono ng iyong biyaya. Kami po ay didepende sa iyo, Panginoon, sapagkat ina-acknowledge po namin ang limitasyon ng bawat isa. Salamat po sa iyo because you are really a gracious God who gives freely yung wisdom and knowledge para po sa aming mga tao. Salamat sa mga leaders ng mga agencies na nandito ngayon. Thank you for selecting them, Panginoon, na manguna sa mga ahensya na nandito ngayon para po magkaroon ng kaganapan at mag-sussign nitong JMC, Panginoon, para sa LPCC. Lord, batid mo na ang tangi lamang namin hangangin ay makadulot ng kabutihan sa aming bayan, Panginoon. At yun po ang ilagay mong motibo sa bawat isa, even doon sa mga mag-i-implement po ng JMC na. Lord, as we fulfill our task today, tulungan mo kami, Panginoon, lukuban mo kami ng iyong Santong Espiritu upang ang nais mo ang magandang panahon. Binabalik po namin ng maingat ang lahat ng papuri, ang lahat ng pagpapasalamat sa matamis na pangalan ng ang Panginoong Jesus.
Amen.
So, welcome po ulit. Maraming salamat. Ito po ay unprecedented. Unang-una. At ito lang po ang kauna-unahan natin sa limang ahensya ang pipirma ng isang kasunduan para sa ating kapakanan ng ating lahat. Ito po ay ang DA, DTI, DNR, DILG, DOH Joint Memorandum Circular signing po para naman po to strengthen the role of the local price coordinating councils and the local government units in managing unreasonable and excessive price increase of basic commodities and prime commodities. So, magbibigay po ng backgrounder ang ating Undersecretary and Chief of Staff, Ching Caballero.
Gandang hapon po sa ating lahat, Your Honors. Napakahalaga po nung ating DA, DTI, DNR, DILG, DOH Joint Memorandum Circular. This provides the powers and functions of the Local Price Coordinating Council, particularly given the following objectives. The JMC is issued to strengthen the LPCCs in its implementation of the Price Act, particularly the coordination of relevant activities within their respective localities by the implementing agencies. Section 2, Scope and Coverage. This JMC shall apply to all activities relevant to the implementation of the provisions of the Price Act, its amendments, and the rules and regulations implementing the same, either conducted separately by the implementing agencies or the LPCC, jointly or in coordination with one another. Section 3 provides the powers and responsibilities of implementing agencies to carry out the intents and purposes of the Price Act, the powers and responsibilities of the implementing agencies of the Price Act as set forth in Section 10 thereof. This includes to coordinate and rationalize the programs, to stabilize prices and supply of member agencies in the respective provinces, cities, and municipalities, to recommend to the National Price Coordinating Council or to the implementing agencies suggested retail price or the price ceilings for certain basic necessities and or prime commodities in their respective areas, to conduct in-depth analysis on causes for price fluctuations, to recommend action steps to correct unwarranted price increases and supply shortages, to undertake measures during emergencies such as crisis, calamity, or state of emergency, to coordinate the implementation of the rules issued by the implementing agencies, and in accordance with the deputation or enlistment by implementing agencies of other government agencies during emergencies, provide assistance in the monitoring, transport, movement, and distribution of commodities. On Section 5,
Bali, nakamas ka naman.
the general guidelines. Excuse me po.
Tapusin mo na.
All local chief executives.
Section 5 General Guidelines. All chief executives are hereby encouraged to adopt the following measures to address exorbitant, excessive, and unreasonable price increase of basic necessities and prime commodities. And to conduct, ito na po, isa-isayin natin, apat po ito, conduct of regular inspections of public and private markets. Number 2, deputation of barangay officials and NGOs to monitor abnormal price increases. Number 3, submission of regular reports on violations of the Price Act to the Secretariat of the NBCC. Number 4, enjoy putting up or allocating stalls, kiosks, or spaces for the Kadiwa ni Ani at Kita program, NDA, and Diskwento Caravan of DTI in the public markets, including Talipapa at the barangay level under its jurisdiction and control. So, Section 6, LPCCs may recommend SRPs. Yun po. The LPCs may, using the result of their monitoring activities as basis, recommend to the National Coordinating Council through the NPCC Secretariat the issuance of SRP for certain basic necessities and prime commodities. So, ayan po, mga kaibigan, sa mga nanonood po sa Facebook Live, sa lahat po na nandito ngayon, I'd like to acknowledge from right there, Secretary Roy Simatio of DNR, Secretary Eduardo Edanyo of DILG, ating host, Secretary Ramon Lopez of DTI, Patuan of USEC, Leopoldo Vega, representing Secretary Duque of DTI. And of course, our host, Secretary William. Okay, so, magkakaroon po na tayo ng pirmahan ngayon. So, umpisa na po natin. Pagkatapos po, iikot dito, mapunta doon. Ito pong pinipirmahan nila ngayon sa ating mga agencies. Playwright po. Ito po, all DA, DOH, DNR, DTI, and PILG regional directors, top officials are likewise hereby directed to disseminate this joint memorandum circular to all local chief executives within the regional assignments. Okay? And to see that the intent of this joint memorandum circular is accordingly complied with. Yan po. Support po natin.
pwede na. Okay ka na.
Okay na. Ngayon. Peter man lang dito, sir.
Po, palakpakan po natin.
Pakita namin, ha?
Pakita lang po muna.
Oh, Michelle.
May isa.
Ang isa. Tig-isa.
Hindi pa nasa ina lang, sir. Sir, po.
Ito pala.
Okay.
Sir, pwede po tumayo.
Tumayo. Okay.
Ayan. To the center. Okay.
Okay. Salamat po.
Kami, dalawa pa.
Tama na yun. Okay. Noel.
Sir.
Messages, brief.
Okay. So, umpisa po natin ang maikling mensahe ng ating kapili ngayon mula po kay Secretary Roy Simatu. Sir, mensahe lang po.
The Department of Environment and Natural Resources is honored to be part of this event as one of the implementing agencies of the PRICE Act and Task Group on Food Security. It is indeed tragic that under the declared states of public health emergency and nationwide calamity since March, there are still opportunities or opportunists who engage in overpricing, price gouging, and hoarding of basic necessities and prime commodities, as well as in unfair or deceptive sales practices. And so today, the DNR, in joining forces with the Department of Agriculture, Trade and Industry, Health, Interior, and Local Government, and the rest of the members of the Task Group on Food Security in curbing this opportunism. On this note, let us now make this joint memorandum circular. Hindi ko pa nabasa ito eh. But considering that it's been prepared by professionals like Secretary William Dar, I know very well that this must be the best coming from the best mind of the Cabinet of the President. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much.
Maraming salamat po, Secretary Roy Simatu. Sumunod naman po, Secretary Ed Anyo ng DILG.
Thank you, my fellow cabinet members. Good afternoon. I am grateful to be here today with all of you as we sign this JMC on price regulation. Over the past months, COVID-19 has brought our economy down to its knees as we fight tooth and claw against this unseen enemy. Obstacles to the transport system has hindered the easy flow of goods coming from international and local producers. Thus, with suppliers unable to meet market demands, they resort to hiking prices to help keep their businesses afloat. Ngunit mayroon din mapang-abuso sa mga kalakaran habang naharap tayo sa isang pandemya. Sa gitna ng malawakang kawalan ng trabaho at kahirapan, may mga individual na sinasamantala at pinagkakakitaan ang pagkikahos ng marami nating mga kababayan. This causes inflation to rise, and if left unchecked, the economy could spin out of control. Thus, the duty falls on government to put a clamp on inflation. Measures must be taken to thwart activities of these abusive practices and place price caps on goods and services. Hence, I appreciate, of course, our Department of Agriculture, the DTI, the DOH, and the DENR for joining forces with the Department of DILG, or Department of the Interior and Local Government, in this joint memorandum circular to safeguard the Philippine economy and the Filipino citizenry from the pitfalls of market exploitation and price increases. We can recall that it was no less than the President in his SONA who warned against those taking advantage of our situation, most especially the profiteers. Naging mahigpit na babala ng Pangulo na mananagot ang sinumang mapapatunayang nananamantala sa ating mga kababayan. Kaya naman kailangan natin maging aktibo sa pagbabantay. And with this JMC, susiguraduhin natin na mga LGU ay susunod at magpapatupad ng ating mga price controls. Magsasagawa tayo ng mga inspection teams, lalo na yung mga tinatawag nating surprise inspection na walang announcement para makita natin kung meron talagang nananamantala at pinababayaan ng ating mga LGUs na patuloy maggawa ng nito mga maling practices. So, with this, I commit the Department of Interior and Local Government to ensure the success of this joint Memo circular. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon sa atin.
Undersecretary Leopoldo Blegan, Department of Health, representing Secretary Duque.
Good afternoon to you all. Allow me to read the speech of Secretary Francisco Duque, Secretary William Dar, Secretary Ramon Lopez, Secretary Eduardo Año, Secretary Roy Simatu, friends and colleagues in government, ladies and gentlemen. A good and safe afternoon to all. The Department of Health, together with the Department of Agriculture, the Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Interior and Local Government, and other government agencies have been in the forefront in promoting the general welfare of the Filipino people, ensuring all basic necessities and prime commodities are available to Filipinos, especially the poor and marginalized. Filipinos should be protected from the unnecessary costs to goods and undue financial hardships. We thank all those who have poured their efforts into making this joint memorandum circular possible. The DOH fully supports this undertaking, strengthening the local price coordinating councils, and ultimately protecting our countrymen from inaccess to basic necessities and prime commodities. You can count on our full cooperation and our active collaboration to provide the necessary support to our fellow national government agencies and our counterparts in our local government units in continuous service of the Filipino people. Maraming salamat at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Ngayon, pakinggan naman natin message ng Secretary Ramon Lopez ng Department of Trade and Industry.
Okay, salamat, Asek Noel. Of course, sa ating mga kasama dito sa kabinete at kasama na rin sa IATF na halos every other day nagmi-meeting. Kami po ay naging very much well-coordinated po, and ito pong pinirmahan po natin ngayon ay patunay lamang na ating mahigpit na pagsasama-sama sa pagtugon sa pangangailangan ngayon, which is really enforcement, implementation ng ating Price Act. At kami po ay nagpapasalamat sa mga hanay po na nandito, mula po siyempre sa ating convener ngayon, ang chairman din ng ating task group on food security, DA Secretary William Dar. At of course, ang kasama natin on the production sector, as we say, so maliban po aside from the DA, the DTI, the Department of Health, mga health medicines and drugs, and of course forestry products with the DNR. Ito po ay napakahalagang listahan ng mga produkto na ine-enforce ang Price Act. At hindi po magiging tagumpay ang implementation kung walang tulong ang DILG sa pamamagitan po ng mga Local Price Coordinating Council na pinamumunuan po ng mga local government units na under po sa DILG. Every time po lumalabas po kami nila Secretary Dar at nila Sec Anyo Again po, nare-realize namin yung halaga ng Local Price Coordinating Council as our enforcement arm, lalo na po on the ground, from LGU, the city, from governor's city, as well as up to the barangay level. So it's really very important, very timely. Anisunod sa priority na binigay ng ating Pangulo, Pangulong Duterte, na talagang bantayan itong mga profiteers, mga hoarders. And we appreciate talaga, actually nag-umpisa na rin po yung trabaho dito, pagtulungan with the DILG. The PNP has been joining forces with DTI, DOH, DNR, and the DA as in terms of going to the marketplace, to the retail stores, the warehouses, at over 500 na po ang nahuli dito na mga aresto ng mga profiteers and hoarders. At yan po sa tulong ng DILG, pati of course the NBI, no? Kasama po dito sa kampanya na to. At with this LPCC, siguradong mas mapapalakas pa because at the LGU setting, yung LPCC mas malawak yung membership at mas maraming magtutulong-tulong ho dito. So very timely ho sa hinihiling ng ating Pangulo kasi na talagang enforcement ng against profiteers and hoarders. So again, this is key to implementation at napapasalamat tayo sa pagkakataon na to na nabuo natin ito. Maraming salamat po.
Bilang panguli, Secretary William Dar ng DA.
Salamat po, Sec Noel, Sec Mon, Sec Ed, Sec Roy, and Sec Leo, representing Sec Pincoy, the rest of the men and women of these 5 departments. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat. I will only mention about 3 to 4 things. Before the COVID-19 pandemic started, there have been a good effort from the national government with DTI, DILG, and the rest of the departments, concerted efforts for price monitoring and enforcement. But the responsibility became more, in terms of elevating the game because marami nung pandemya na ay may nagsasamantala at this has been recognized by the President. But seeing through all these last 5 months, nakita rin natin po yung kahalagaan ng all-of-nation approach kasi yung inflation particularly sa food ay hindi na nagrehistro na mataas doon sa inflation ng ating bansa. And the latest data would indicate na talaga yung food inflation in general is still within the range as targeted by Bangko Sentral and government. So this has been the result, the outcome of really the whole nation approach. And we wanted to continue this because we are still halfway, I believe, in this war against COVID-19. Nasa second wave na tayo, pataas ang daming kaso. So, sisikapin po natin ulit na yung mga partners natin dyan sa kanayunan, mga LGUs, ay sila dapat yung magli-lead. Kasi we are not in all space or every square inch in the country. Sa DA, for example, nasa hanggang regional field units lang kami. Wala kaming provincial staff, walang municipal. So, minabuti po natin na ito yung arrangement na bibigyan natin na mas malaking responsibility. Kasi being local chief executives, ay talaga naman sila yung may responsibility in all aspect, hindi lang pagkain, peace and order, nandiyan lahat. So, we have come this far, hence signing this joint memorandum circular strengthening the local price coordinating councils. Maraming pong salamat.
Natin, Secretary Roy Sibat ng DNR, Secretary Daniel ng DILG, Yusek Vega ng DOH, Secretary Mon Lopez ng DTI, and of course, the host
Ganito na, yung libro.
Oh, yeah, sige bro.
Bigay na. May pangalan, tingnan mo.
Okay. Regalo po ng sekretary ang kanyang libro naman.
Thank you, thank you.
UP color yan.
Maroon.
Maroon and green.
Okay.
Salamat po.
It's the way forward.
Thank you. Thank you.
Salamat po.
The way
Salamat.
forward.
Thank you.
Oh, para sa mayroon.
Magmerienda muna tayo bago
we
i-start
endorse
this
this book.
today.
Food security naman. Food security.
Okay.